So this morning, I a meditation that I did here about a year and a half ago. And what I didn't share with you at the time is it is a piece of music that I listen to every day as I enter into my spiritual practice. And I have found over the years, 12 of them to be specific, that it transports me into a space of openness. It transports me into an opportunity to be in communion with God. I find that the stillness is that space where I get to meet Spirit. And so when I finish the music, we're going to enter into just a 2-minute space of silence. And the next thing you'll hear will be the sound of the chimes and my voice. And so now we allow ourselves to find that comfortable spot in our chairs, that place of comfort that supports us and allows us to be in this moment. And we breathe. We breathe in the goodness of Spirit, knowing that God is present in all things. And we exhale the sweet love that is in that breath of God. We inhale that which is right and good. We exhale it out into the world. We find that space within us that is still, and we meet that which is sacred. And we breathe. We breathe in a space of allowing and invitation.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there are unspoken joys. In the silence there's release from a world filled with chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there are unspoken joys. In the silence there's release from a world filled with chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. this holy silence, I find God. I find God. I find God. I find myself.
As we allow ourselves to return to this holy sanctuary, this space that is sacred to each and every one of us, we know that God is present. We know that regardless of condition or chaos, we merely need to go in and visit and commune with Spirit in that space of quiet. And we let it be.
Freddie, that was so beautiful. That song was gorgeous too. Good morning, everybody. I love myself the way I am. There's nothing I need to change. I'll always be the perfect me. There's nothing to rearrange. I'm beautiful and capable of being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am. You sound good. Small but mighty. I love you the way you are. There's nothing you need to do. When I feel the love inside, it's easy to love you. Behind your fears, your agencies, I see a shining star. And I love you just the way you are. It's true. I love the world the way it is, 'cause I can clearly see all the things my people just like me, so tender of peace on earth, only love can bring. I'll help it grow by loving everything. Love myself the way I am, and still I want to grow. You're so good. But change outside can only come when deep inside I know beautiful, yes you are, and capable of being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am. And I love you. And I love you just the way you are. And I love myself just the way I am. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart always. You are my family. You are the face of God. You are my family. Yes. You are the face of God. Good morning, my God. It's with an open heart and an open mind, a spirit that is free to be, because you are the God that I love and adore and worship. Is always right where I am, always being the center to which I can turn and know the truth, not only about myself, but about each and every person here. I am knowing today that love is God, and love is peace, and love is joy, and love is goodness and plenty, and that it is absolutely everywhere present in and through all that is. And I know as we step into this day, my God, that we step into your beautiful sunshine that shines upon each one of us, that shines on us in such a way that we are moved forward in spirit, we are lifted up, we know who we are. I am so grateful, my God, that you are all up in this place. There is no place in here here where you are not. You are each individual. Each one is, we recognize each one as you. I'm grateful today. I'm grateful for this world that we live in. I look past the chaos and the upset and all the negativity that is about. And I know the truth. I know that this place is God's place. And that God is in charge. And that whatever I'm looking at is just an illusion at this point. Because back of everything, there is this loving kindness, this goodness, this love, this abundance, this peace, this joy. All that God is fully present everywhere, in and through everything. And it is for me to know this truth, because I, by knowing it, make it so. And so I'm grateful today, my God, to be in this place, in this space, to be in this body that you have given me. I am so grateful, my God, to know that within me, in this body, is the perfection. And it has always been perfection. And whatever shows up is my creation. And so I surrender this that I am to you, my God, that I may reflect the truth of your being out into this world, that I may walk in your light and your love and your peace, that I might be that individual that makes a difference in the world. Thank you, God, for your presence. Thank you. And so as I stand here, I am aware that I am in the space of joy and love and peace. I know that this building is filled with your love, that it is filled with the people who represent the love that you are, that each one of us is whole, complete, and perfect, that each one of us allows the light of God to shine through us and out from us, healing those that join us, that we are connected to. I know that each one of us has this ability to live the perfect life. And we are doing that because anything that shows up in our life is exactly what it's supposed to be. And so I'm grateful today. Thank you for this center. Thank you for the music. Thank you for the ministers and the hard work that they put into making this place run to do its success. They are tireless. They are undaunted. They move forward in your power and your presence, and they do what they have come here to do. And I'm so grateful for that. Thank you for those, the technicians, the sounds booth, and those that are taking this message, this program out into the world. I thank you for that. I thank you for our congregation, because I know that they are here because they know the truth of who they are, and they are here for that reinforcement that comes with sitting in a space where only love stands. I thank you, God. And from this place of gratitude, my God, because I think it's time for me to wrap this up. From this place of gratitude and with absolute faith in the power and the presence of God in my word, I release it. I release it to the law, knowing that it is done right here and right now. And let us each say, and so it is. Amen.
Daisy. Daisy, you know you are the face of God, right?
You're exactly what you were telling us we were. We are. Wow.
Got some powerful speakers this morning, don't you think?
Looks like I better bring some music. I'm gonna bring it.
Well, don't say that, but you know what? I am blessed because you're
So blessed. Let's get into it. Here we go.
I am blessed. I am blessed.
Yes.
Every day of my life. I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning, lay my head to rest, I am blessed. Woo! I am blessed. I am loved. I am loved. Every day, yeah, every day of my life. I am love, 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 love. When I wake up in the morning, yes, lay my head to rest. I am loved. Woo. I am loved. I am healed. Woo. I am healed. You feeling it? I do. Every day of my life, I am healed, healed, healed. When I wake up in the morning, I lay my head to rest. I am healed. I am blessed. I am blessed. He doesn't ask blessed. Every day of my life, I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning, yeah, I lay my head to rest. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. Let's do it. I am blessed. Yes, you are. Every day of my life, I am blessed, 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 blessed. You go ahead. When I wake up in the morning, I didn't know that blessed. Lay my head to rest. I am blessed. Woo. I am blessed. Oh, I am blessed. I am blessed. Yes. I am blessed. Yes, you are blessed. I am blessed. Yes, I am blessed. We go without blessings. Yeah, yeah.
All right, Patty Card and no glasses days. It was so good. While you're standing, if it's comfortable for you, please say with me, God bless America and the rest of the world. You know, in your place, just turn to each other and just say good morning. We're still not, we're still in the pandemic, but it's all good. It's all good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Who is here for the first time? Hi there. Well, I know how you heard about it. What's your name? Deanna. Thank you. Welcome, Deanna. Thank you for coming. Anyone else here? Hi. How'd you hear about us?
I was a member down in California.
Oh, okay. Specifically?
Which center? Lancaster.
Oh, okay. All right. Stacy's spoke there a few times. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. We're from California too. Okay. I think a lot of people here will take or raise a hand, right? But we won't do that right now. Thank you. Oh, hi. How'd you hear about us?
My friend Connie.
Hi, Connie.
That's right.
And 2 Sundays in a row, I get to see Connie. All right. Well, thank you for bringing a friend. What's your name?
Sonia.
Sonia. All right. Thank you for being here, Sonia. The usher has a gift for you. Oh, hi.
I've been here a couple times.
You have?
A couple times.
Oh, okay, cool. If you would all please sign the guest book, whether you're here for the first, second, third, maybe third time is a charm. Sign our guest book so I can keep in touch and let you know what's going on here at our center. All right. Julius, thank you for being here and available as Yvonne recovers. Even though she's negative right now, she still has a cough, but she's good, and we all know that she is well and returning to her wholeness as we speak. Anyone? What else do I have to say? Oh. Who else do I thank? Everybody. I just thank you all for being here. You know why? Because what I know is this place It's a complete and utter manifestation just of your being here and your presence. And anyone that's here for the first time virtually, if you would just put a note in the comments and where you're from, if you're here virtually for the first time, or not, put a comment in anyway, because it's all good, because it's all God. And I just know that this whole event that's taken place over the last 2 years is so that we can reach so many more people, in person or virtually. And I just love that, whole idea about that. Thank you so much. And no matter where you are in your spiritual path, you'll always be welcomed here. Always. Thank you.
I love you when you say that. I know you mean it.
I mean it.
Because if you take me, you take anybody. Do you know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. You know that's part of my act. Okay, this one. See, you can play that one. It's funny. I would love to sing this little one for you. This is an arrangement by Seal, which would mean David Foster.
Oh yeah, you can. Oh yeah.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light you see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Ooh, yeah. Stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky will tumble and fall, oh, the mountains should crumble to the sea. Yeah, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, won't you stand by me, please? Yeah. Stand by me, stand by me. Oh. When the night has come and land is dark and the moon is the only light you see. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Won't you please stand by me? Stand by me whenever you're in trouble. Won't you stand by me? Always stand by me.
Cheryl forgot to mention that she's Reverend Cheryl Bell, and I'm Reverend Stacy,
Yay.
both senior ministers here at the Las Vegas Church. Patty, Powers, and Dave, thank you for always standing by us. Yeah, as well as the ministerial prayer team, and all of you lovely folks out there that support us each and every week. And we also have some fantastic ministers as class. One of them, Dr. Rima Bonario, who was here a couple of weeks ago, and this other one of my favorite ministers of our organization, Reverend Celeste Frazier. So let me just read briefly about Reverend Celeste Frazier in case you aren't aware of who she is. She is agape trained. That is Reverend Dr. Michael Beck. You might have heard of him. Reverend Celeste A. Frazier has been the spiritual leader of 3 centers for spiritual living, an inspirational speaker. She has spoken across the country at New Thought Centers and regional and international conferences. Celeste is a stimulating podcaster of mystic magic, which can be found on most podcast venues. She is a warm counselor who sees the beauty in you. She is a visioning facilitator and a passionate teacher and healer who seeks to reveal your divine light. Celeste has directed outreach ministries, is a performer, and produced screenwriter. Her books are available on Amazon and Kindle. Her website is celestefrazier.com. So please welcome Reverend Celeste Frazier.
An old lady used to cross the U.S.-Mexico border every day using a motorcycle. The guards, especially Officer Johnson, knew she was smuggling something, but no matter what they did, they could never find it. Dogs wouldn't sniff anything, metal detectors wouldn't bleep, disassembling the motorcycle wouldn't help. Many years later, on his last day at the job, once Johnson saw the old lady crossing, he decided to ask her. He approached her and said, "I know there is something wrong, and I will do nothing. I just beg you to tell me before I retire what it is." And the old lady, with compassion, said, "Are you seriously not going to do anything to me?" And he replied, "No. What are you smuggling?" "Motorcycles," she said. Most crimes occur in plain sight. Why? There's always a witness. Me. When I'm doing something that I know I'm not supposed to do, I know it. You can look at any news article or any headline or television article or anything online and recognize that person knew that what they were doing is hurting someone or hurting themselves. And yet, we are the body of God. Howard Thurman talks about the abundance of room that we have for pity. Self-pity is sticky and ruins everything it touches. He says that every excuse that we come up with under close scrutiny disappears. And there's another kind of pity for others. He says it cannot be trusted. It's mixed with pride, arrogance, cunning. I see this only when I expose myself to the eyes of God in quiet time. My friend, Reverend Dr. Raymond Anderson, brought to my attention that corporations that really don't care position themselves as allies because they understand the financial power of the LGBTQ community, and they desperately want those dollars. So they lie and manipulate their image. And then he proceeded to name 10 companies, 5 of which I regularly give money to. I'm talking about my car note, where I buy and sell books, I'm talking about my internet service, my car insurance, and a shipping company that I use. I felt helpless. I felt sick. These companies are supporting anti-LGBTQ politicians. And I felt like I am supplying capital to the very ones who are recklessly undermining me and those like me. I expressed my anger, and then he said, write them a letter and tell them how you feel. And I'm going to do that. You see, pity is one thing. Compassion is another. They're not the same thing. We can talk all day long about what we don't like, but there comes a time, or many times, when we have to live compassionately and not just speak compassionately. Howard Thurman says, God is making room in my heart for compassion. The awareness that where my life begins is where your life begins. The awareness that the sensitiveness to your needs cannot be separated from the sensitiveness to my needs. The awareness that the joys of my heart are never mine alone, nor are my sorrows. I struggle against the work of God in my heart. I want to be left alone. I want my boundaries to remain fixed, that I may be at rest. But even now, as I turn to him, her, in the quietness, her work in me is ever the same. And for me, that means that you are experiencing the same thing that I'm experiencing. It may not be in the same circumstances, but we all cried for the children in Texas. We all were painfully upset about the people in Buffalo. Every time there is something horrific that is happening, whether it be in California, whether it be in any place in the United States or anywhere in the world, we are feeling something. We are feeling pain. And, it's not about them. It's about we, Nobody wants to talk about shame during Pride Month. It's about celebrating the goodness, the liberation, the inner strength, the resolve to be able to overcome obstacles and circumstances in the midst of seeming domination and repression. Nobody wants to talk about weakness during Black History Month. We want to talk about accomplishments. We want to talk about victories. We want to talk about our inner strength. Essentially, we're talking about our spirit. And the celebration is not about what the dominating mindset is. It's about the truth about us all. So no matter how many statues we may erect or gods we may put up and create shrines to express that we should give our allegiance to this personality or that personality in whatever their importance is that they think it is that they want to promote. This is the way that we've been influenced through religiosity. But there's something greater than religiosity, and that is spirituality, because spirituality is about love. It's about caring. It's about connecting with one another in a conscious way. We're already automatically connected with each other. And so when Jesus said, know ye not that ye are gods, he wasn't asking you to create an altar for yourself or statues or put your name on a school or a street sign or a highway or a bridge. What use would a God have for such trivial things? The nature that we want to acknowledge is indestructible, unlike a school or a bridge or a street, The nature is not limited by an edifice, something physical, and it's certainly not anything that could ever be destroyed. This is the all presence. And yet, gods that we are. And by the way, this is not blasphemous. This is simply uncovering the truth that you've been bamboozled into believing was wrong. In the beginning, Genesis says, in the beginning, right? Every time we have a thought, every time we have a creative moment, that's a God moment. That's a moment when we are coming to a recognition. We're bringing something to the forefront. We're absolutely connecting with our essence. There's no separation between God and us. We are the expression of it. Joel Goldsmith says, "Spirit is my true identity. I have now come out and become separate. I am no longer of the world, even though in it, and therefore I am subject to the world's laws." It's important for us to remember who we truly are. We say that around New Thought all the time, but we have to know that we are more than flesh. We are more than bones. We are more than limbs and skin. You know, being the spirit and saying, I'm coming out separate is not to say I'm separating myself from another being. It means I'm uniquely expressing as God, as Elohim, which is my preferred name for God. It doesn't have any political ramifications. It's just simply the spirit. And so to separate ourselves from the world does not mean that we're separating ourselves from each other. We're not separating ourselves from people. We're uniquely expressing. And that doesn't mean we have to overshadow someone else. That doesn't mean we have to one up someone else. That just means God expects us to reveal it in the way that only we can, in our own uniqueness. So I'm not subject to the world's laws. Thank God. Hecky no. The world's laws make up stuff. The world's laws are not even respected by the people who are paid to uphold them. Police officers don't even go inside a school to save children in Uvalde, Texas. A United Nations Corps cannot even stop a madman from terrorizing a whole continent with his greed and power hunger. So who is modeling the world's laws as our authority? And do we need someone to do that for us? No. We get to model God's spiritual laws. We get to model something more than what the world is offering for us. And it's not like we're pretending, it's innately within us. We're made of God's stuff. Ernest Holmes tells us that all the time. We're the body of God. We're the way God gets around. We're the way it reveals its magnificence. And that's not ego talking. That is simply the reason we are here. Ernest Holmes says, body is a concrete manifestation existing in time and space for the purpose of furnishing a vehicle through which life may express itself. The physical universe is the body of God. It is a manifestation in form of the mind of God. It is that creation which, while it may have beginnings and ends, of itself neither begins nor ends. The manifestation of spirit is necessary if spirit is to come into self-realization, hence body. The bodies are just a way for us to manifest. It is not our true gift. The miracles that we have to bring are the miracles of our Christhood, the miracles of our expression that can only be realized by people who have similar expressions. And by that, I don't mean race or height or sexuality or gender or anything like that. I mean humans. And so the Christ that we all have within us has miracles that we've received. The Christ vision is a miracle. Of course, the miracles tells us that, and it's far beyond anything in the material realm. It reflects the eternal love of God. And we get to rebirth love over and over again. That is how we are expressions of compassion. That is how we are expressions of compassion, right? And so the body is a manifestation of the who. We are not what, we are who. We are the symbol of the I am. Our heads are the crown where the divine download comes in. We have strength. We have all of the qualities of the divine, and including our reproductive capacities. We get to create just as the presence creates. And so living compassionately is, first of all, being compassionate with ourselves about who we are as expressions of God. And next is extending that eternal love to each other, being able to catch God's vision for our lives as love in expression. And it is truly for us to know that this divine compassion is our greatest gift. We can't help caring about each other. It comes natural to us. It is our substance. Ernest Holmes says, a practitioner must be filled with the spirit of the divine compassion. He or she must have a deep underlying sense of unity and sympathy, else he will do but little good. I was listening to Tabitha Brown the other day doing a video. She was pretty upset because she had been getting all this hate mail from people who didn't appreciate the fact that she has support for the LGBTQ community. And she was talking about her childhood and what her mother taught her. Her mother taught her, to help people. You have to help people. And so she really took it to heart. So when she was in like the second grade, the third grade, the fourth grade, when kids at school told her that they'd been molested or they'd been beaten or they'd been starved, and she would take them by the hand and take them on the school bus home with her. She says, it's okay, my mom will help you, and she would keep bringing kids home, for her mother to help. And later her mother became a social worker. And, there were even more stories about how she helped people, And so Tabitha was saying, you shouldn't be a social worker or a policeman or a fireman or a nurse if you cannot support people who are different from you. You should resign from that job and get a new career. There are reasons that people are in service positions because we all need help. We all need support. And that doesn't mean that because we're not in one of those service positions that we don't support each other, that we don't help each other. We are spirit in expression, and we are here as the presence of God. It is up to us to live compassionately with ourselves, taking care of ourselves, taking care of each other. That's the way God made it, and that's the way it is. Namaste. Spirit is my true identity. It is the essence of my life. I am here to reveal it. Love, peace, beauty, freedom, truth, harmony, compassion, wisdom, light. I am here as the supportive energy of the I am. In the beginning is every beginning when I created anything, a work of art, a writing, anything that I create, everything that we create are being expressions of God. And we do that because there is such a need that each of us have that needs to be fulfilled. So it takes trillions of us to create so that we may all receive exactly what we need in exactly the right way. And I'm so grateful that I get to be in service to the who of my being. The what is simply the expression, but the who I am must reveal itself through everything that I do for all of life, not only humans, animals, plants, rocks, everything that is made out of the substance of God. And so I accept for each of us that we may be fully realized as expressions of love, fully realized of creatively revealing this presence. And so it is with an abundance of gratitude for the wholeness and the perfection of it all that I lovingly release this word to the heart of God as the mind of God acts upon it. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. Aho.
I love who she is. I love who I am. And I adore who you are. I love you. Your eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Your hair flows perfectly without you trying. You're so beautiful, and I'll tell you every day. I know, when I compliment you, you won't believe me. And it's so sad that you don't see what I see. And you're so beautiful, and I'll tell you every day. When I see your face, it's not a thing that I would change. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stands for a while. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. Yeah, your lips, I can kiss them all day if you let me. You laugh, you hate it, but I think it's cute. You're so beautiful, and I'll tell you every day. Oh, you know, I never ask you to change. If perfect's what you're searching for, then just stay the same. Oh, don't even bother, ask me, do you look okay? I'll say, when I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. 'Cause you are amazing, just the way you are. The way you are, the way you are. Sharon, you're amazing, just the way you are. When I see your face, there's not one thing that I would change. 'Cause you're you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. Yeah! I love you. Thank you. I love you. You're amazing. Thank you.
You're amazing just the way you are. So our ushers, I'd like to ask them to please come forward. I don't either, but it's okay. I don't know. Yeah. You just turn one. You turn one. Yeah, why did you do that? Anyway, this is what we call our, it's called circulation, it's called giving and receiving. It's called all those wonderful things that makes the world go around and that makes this center go as well. So if you don't mind holding your gift in your hand, please say the affirmation that's on the screen with us. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does the work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. Oh, and what I know about that gift is that it comes from each heart, and it comes through each heart, and is given freely and with love. And for that, I am eternally grateful. I am grateful to know that Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living is a manifestation of your treasure, your love, and your support. And I am grateful. And so it is.
So it is. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with open mind. Just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. I do believe that I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind. Just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. Anything I want, it is mine. Perfect health, it is mine. Joy and peace, it is mine. Love, 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 it is mine. If it serves my highest good, I'll take it. It is mine.
All we have to do is state it, I know that.
That's right. She's been taking classes.
Yeah. I've been following through too. And it has followed through for me.
Well, the CSL has the movie series that started this month, and it goes through August. You just watch the movie and then sign up to be part of the discussion. And it's $25 to sign up, and you just get the movies yourself. So it works out pretty well that way. I have a wonderful announcement that's coming up this Wednesday, and our famous Amy is going to come up and tell us about bowling night. Bowling night at 4:30 on Wednesday.
I'll be signing autographs after. Bowling Wednesday. If you are bowling with us, this is a fundraiser. If you're bowling with us, it's $25. There's pizza and drinks that are included, as well as your shoes and all of that stuff. If you want to join us, but you're not into the bowling thing, that's fine. You can still join us. It's $15 for food and all of that jazz. So it's at the Suncoast, 4:30 on Wednesday. I'm gonna dust off my bowling bag today. Be ready to go. If you cannot join us, but you still want to contribute, myself, Yvonne, and Reverend Stacy and Cheryl are having sponsorships, kind of like a jump-a-thon, but it's like a pin with our first game. So you do like 5 cents per pin, or 10 cents per pin, or you can do a flat donation to sponsor any one of us as well. Tickets in the bookstore, and we're gonna have so much fun. So come on out, and next Sunday I'll tell you about our July event.
That's right. So even if you aren't bowling, like she said, just come, because they need cheerleaders, right? I mean, I'm gonna be a cheerleader. I'm gonna be the best cheerleader. I'm gonna bring my pom-poms and everything. Let's keep going. We're gonna get these people bowling in the 300, right? Yeah. That's right. This coming Saturday, Sharon Fleming is having a workshop right here at the center, and the cost is just $69, and that includes cards and not only the workshop on Saturday morning, but also 2 other workshops on Zoom. So it's not just that one time, so it continues. So the sign-up sheet is in the happenings table back there for everybody. And then the Healing Words Book Club will be meeting a week from Wednesday at 4 p.m. And they will be discussing The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. So if you would like to participate, just let Reverend Stacy know, and she'll give you the Zoom link. We also have a class coming up in July with our practitioner Jamie, and there's a video that we're going to take a peek at that's going to tell us more about this class.
Hi there, my name is Jamie Jetty, and I'm a licensed practitioner here at Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living. And I'm excited to bring to you one of our summer courses, the 5 Gifts for an Abundant Life. I want to ask you, are you ready? Are you ready to embody the principles of gifts as never before to increase your wealth? Are you ready to awaken to many partnerships waiting to serve you now that you've given up trying to do all by yourself? Are you ready to feel energetically empowered in new and meaningful ways? Well, I just want you to know that one of our summer courses is starting on Tuesdays, July 19th at 3:30 in the afternoon by Zoom. There will be more information in the weeks to come, but I just wanted to plant the seed and say thank you. See you soon.
Okay. So just remember to look for us on Amazon whenever you do shopping, Amazon Smile. And let's see here, the bookstore is also open today, of course, with tickets to buy for the bowling night. And also lots of books and goodies. There's some beautiful jewelry. And also the books across the window are all 60% off. And just remember to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and also subscribe to YouTube. And everybody have a fabulous week. I'll see you Wednesday.
As we were driving away from home, I meant to bring my bowling ball to show off my bowling ball. But I forgot it at home. I hope it's okay. I haven't looked at it for a couple of years. So, I know I can lift it. Well, they have other balls I can use. I might need just 6 pounds or something. Oh my goodness. No, I was telling Reverend Stacy, I said the highest score I ever got was 240. It was a complete freak of an accident. 245. And then at the end of because we would bowl because we didn't really know anyone in Las Vegas. And so I won a prize at the end.
I'd say.
But I never got that same score ever again. I never got it again.
You get 250 Wednesday. That's right.
Oh, really? Oh, thank you.
You'll be there.
Okay. Yeah. I would like to ask our Ministry of Prayer team, any visiting practitioners or ministers, to please come forward. And so you can see.
I would like to ask we have some new
Okay.
members of the Ministry of Prayer team. One of them's online because it's Yvonne. We have Gail McCann, Sharon Kunde. Please come on up.
The Ministry of Prayer team, come on down.
We also have Ian Bentley, who lives in New York. And we have Sue Fulmer, who lives in St. George, Utah. And am I missing anybody? I think that's it.
No, we're having a few people missing, but this is still.
So this is the Ministry of Prayer team. Please
Yes.
use them. They love to pray. And you can hear, you heard Daisy. She can pray. All of them can pray.
Pray.
Please use them.
They're here for you even after service today. You know, we used to call it 1 minute miracle, but I'm changing that because it's not a miracle. It's a manifestation.
1 minute ordinary.
Yeah, right. It's an ordinary. It's just a regular occurrence.
Reverend took your word. Yeah.
Yes.
So, on that note, please vote on Tuesday. Tuesday is the day that we vote. So we get to change that which we don't like or keep that which we like. So not saying what you do, but please do something. Vote.
Yay. Awesome. Okay, well, Celeste from Chicago gave us a beautiful closing prayer, so I'm going to ask us to please stand so we can sing our peace song.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, loved ones all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me.
Yes, it begins with each one of us.
Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
I know this in my mind.
I know this in my mind.
I feel it in my body.
I feel it in my body.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Vote on Tuesday. We love you.
Go on, Wednesday.
Go on Wednesday.
Some host. You see, Wednesday it's some host. Can you get that a little louder? Don't need another living. You got that cool. I like the way you live it. 'Cause you're so genuine. You got that something special. Didn't you. Little never had a boy, and I put down my hands on sex alone. Little boy, I can't wait to go on, Lord. It ain't wrong for you to sing along, sing this song to you guys. This world with a lot of problems, we need is a little love. Thank you. For your love, we've done a lot of living, we're working overtime. Don't need another million, you got to go. I like the way you live it, 'cause you're so genuine. You got that something special, didn't you know? I just see you. What's my country boy? And I put that much up and out. And the love and the boy, God was Jenny, and you were four. It ain't wrong for you to sing along, singing this song to you guys. This world with a lot of problems, all we need is a big love. Yeah, thank you, oh thank you for your love. Yeah, come on, baby.
love the atmosphere. This is where I need to be, and this is where I've always wanted to be. This is so natural for me to be here and to do what I'm doing here. There's honestly nothing like it.
Everyone just being extremely welcoming and warm and really just let me into their lives and into the camp environment with open arms.
I smiled the most in my entire life.
It's just a place for me to connect with myself, where everyone is there for that goal also, so I love camp.
This is probably the most loving place you could be outside of your own home.
I know that for me personally, whenever I'm down, I shift my perspective. It doesn't make the situation better always, but I know that personally, I feel so much better when I can look at things a different way.
And being at teen camp shows you that this practice is something that you need to keep in your daily life.
The best part about camp is that we just accept everybody for who they are. We're not trying to change anybody to being somebody they're not. We're pushing them to be a more evolved and a better version of who they already are.
Not living yourself based on the perspective of others and letting your own perspective of yourself flourish and, kind of hold yourself in that and being able to, look in the mirror and be like, hey, I like this, this is someone I could be a friend with.
Yeah, there's just unconditional love, and it's the most amazing thing in the world. And I wish the whole world was like that, but we're working on it, so for right now, the best we have is camp, so I just love it so much.
Again, it's like when we're on the mountain with everyone, it's like we're in like Glenda's little bubble of just all this good and pure and happy and loving in the world, and I like that. It's like it's my second family.
I really like a lot of the stuff that we do with our camp families. Pretty much any workshop that we do with our families that involves individual expression and then dealing with that expression to show that person that expressed that they matter and that they were heard and understood and that they are supported.
And so the healing experience for me was having all of these teens sharing this love and to be in that love and to be in that space and really realize that this is the kind of love that can change the world. This is the kind of experience that can shift us out of a fear mentality, shift us out of a war mentality, shift us out of this us versus them mentality.
The advisors here at camp, pretty much all of them, have the ability to make sure that you're having a blast and also that you're having the exact kind of spiritual treatment that you need.
I really feel supported by the advisors at camp, and we even call them like moms and dads in our family groups, and I think the advisors add to the experience so much more because a lot of them are former campers, so they know what they're going into and they know how to deal with the workshops and they know how to talk to people, and it's almost like you are actually a family when you're with your family, camp family.
And what keeps me coming back to camp as an advisor is really the love that the teens share and the ability that I get to reciprocate that love. And I had an experience at camp where I realized finally that this love has this intense healing power, and how it healed my life is this reminder that these teens have this intense ability that these teens have to share love is something unlike anything you've ever experienced.
That our teaching is expanding and it's helping more lives and more people and changing lives, and I've seen people grow from my own center and from centers across the country in just a short course of a few days, and they've changed so much, and it just makes me more confident that Teen Camp will continue to do what it's been doing for the past however many years, even if I'm not here. So I'm just really happy in the way the whole week turned out, and I'm really grateful for the opportunities that I've gotten through CSL.
It was today where I believed I didn't need the acceptance of other people. It was today where I believed, or that I found or realized, that I could just bless them on their path and just focus on myself.
And they all just make me laugh. I really just love this team. It's been a really crazy year, but I had a good time.